Here is your AI briefing for June 11th, 2026, with 12 stories. Story 1. Claude Fable 5, the world's most powerful hacking AI, should make DeFi worried. Anthropic's public release of Claude Fable 5 raises DeFi security risk, as experts say attackers can more effectively probe on-chain logic and exploit smart contract weaknesses faster than before. Researchers say the model can chain prompts to map contract behavior, find invariant breaks, and draft exploit code with far less manual work. Security teams expect audit pipelines to be overwhelmed as adversaries scale from isolated bugs to coordinated multi-protocol attacks. Anthropic handed DeFi attackers a faster fuzzing machine and called it public safety. Smart contracts don't care about the branding, only the exploit speed. Story 2. XAI fired an engineer who raised alarms about Grok safety, new lawsuit claims. A former XAI engineer says he was fired days before SpaceX's IPO after raising Grok safety concerns, and now alleges retaliation in a lawsuit targeting both XAI and SpaceX. The complaint says he flagged unsafe responses and data handling risks inside the company before being removed. It also alleges the firing was meant to silence criticism as XAI pushed Grok toward wider deployment. Classic retaliation story. XAI says safety concern. The lawsuit says you asked awkward questions and got shown the door before the IPO theater. Story 3. Fresh off bond sale, Amazon borrows $17.5 billion from banks as AI spending continues. After a recent bond sale, Amazon secured a $17.5 billion bank loan in a fresh tranche, underscoring escalating AI capex as debt climbs and cash burn pressures balance sheets. The financing adds to Amazon's growing leverage as it pours capital into data centers, chips, and power infrastructure. Lenders are backing the draw despite mounting concerns that AI investments will outpace near-term operating cash flow. Amazon's AI arms race headline is really balance sheet trench warfare. A $17.5 billion bank loan means lenders win fees while cloud capex and debt quietly eat margins. Story 4. Tropical Forest AI was only looking down. Tropicam changes that. Tropicam updates wildlife camera AI to analyze treetop arboreal activity instead of only ground views, speeding ecologists' data review from hours to minutes, and improving detection of threatened species. The system extends canopy-aware modeling to identify movement and species activity in upper forest layers, where most existing camera workflows miss evidence. That shift gives researchers faster counts and better coverage in habitats critical for endangered animals. Nice niche fix. Tropicam finally points AI up into the canopy, where the rare animals live and the old ground-only cameras were literally missing the point. Story 5. AI scores a C on its hardest math test yet. The first proof project, run by top mathematicians, released early results showing LLMs often earn only C on elite math tasks, rewarding research utility over benchmark gaming. The benchmark includes problems that require proof-level reasoning rather than answer guessing, exposing where language models break down. Researchers said the results were low enough to highlight gaps between fluent explanation and actual mathematical reliability. A C is the useful part. The mathematician's test exposes that LLMs are still decent at sounding helpful and bad at doing actual proof work. Story 6. McDonald's says its new AI drive-thru handled 1 million orders with humans stepping in just 10% of the time. McDonald's is testing ArchIQ at 5 U.S. locations, processing 1 million drive-thru orders while human staff intervened only 10%, boosting throughput with AI-led order handling. ArchIQ routes spoken orders directly into the restaurant workflow, with employees stepping in mainly for corrections, edge cases, and customer clarification. McDonald's is using the pilot to gauge whether automation can sustain speed without degrading order quality. 10% human intervention means the real product is still staff cleanup, with AI doing the easy part and workers absorbing the messy drive-thru edge cases. Story 7. Open Legacy integrates into AWS Transform for modernization to keep mainframe workloads connected as they move to the cloud, one workload at a time. AWS and Open Legacy integrated Open Legacy with AWS Transform for modernization so enterprises can modernize mainframe workloads incrementally, keeping each cloud workload linked to remaining on-prem mainframe systems while reducing migration disruption and risk. The integration preserves live connections between new cloud components and legacy mainframe systems, so transactions can keep flowing during staged cutovers. That reduces downtime risk for large enterprises with tightly coupled core applications. AWS sells incremental mainframe modernization because ripping out COBOL is hard. Open Legacy profits from keeping the old monster alive one workload at a time. Story 8. NVIDIA buys Kumo AI to take foundation models to enterprise data. NVIDIA's reported $400 million Kumo AI acquisition pulls a relational foundation model in-house, aiming to embed predictive AI on enterprise business data across its software stack and improve data-to-decisions latency. The acquisition brings Kumo's graph-based predictive modeling into NVIDIA's enterprise software ambitions, targeting sales, operations, and planning data. It also shortens the path from structured business records to real-time AI recommendations. NVIDIA is buying its way closer to enterprise data decisions, and Kumo's relational model becomes another feature inside the CUDA-shaped moat. Story 9. A 0.01 bank transfer could compromise a banking AI agent. Blue 41 helped Bunk secure a financial AI assistant after attackers allegedly exploited a 0.01 transfer vector that could manipulate agent workflows, forcing stronger validation and safeguards. The flaw let a tiny transaction influence the assistant's decision flow and potentially trigger actions based on attacker-controlled inputs. Bunk and Blue 41 tightened verification rules and workflow barriers to prevent similar agent manipulation. A 0.01 transfer isn't clever fintech. It's a reminder that AI assistant in banking becomes an attack surface the moment workflow validation is softer than a sense-level prank. Story 10. Creator content now powers 44% of paid media creative as the traditional marketing funnel compresses, Creator IQ report finds. Creator IQ data finds creator content fuels 44% of paid media creative, with 92% of brands using it and 80% reporting 2+ ROI as the marketing funnel compresses and creators become the operational backbone for enterprise campaigns. Enterprise teams are reusing creator-made assets across paid channels instead of producing separate performance creative. That shift turns influencers into a core input for media operations and shortens campaign turnaround times. Creator content became paid media filler because it's cheaper than original creative, and brands bragging about 2x ROI are conveniently ignoring the creator fees underneath. Story 11. Looking for signs of intelligence in chatbots. Researchers used a targeted intelligence test showing certain newer LLMs can underperform older versions, implying hidden regressions despite apparent model upgrades. The test isolates reasoning tasks that are easy for humans but expose weaknesses in pattern completion and instruction following. It showed model quality can drop after a release even when benchmark scores and marketing claims suggest improvement. This is the anti-hype chart no vendor wants. Newer LLMs can score worse than older ones, proving bigger parameter counts don't guarantee smarter outputs. Story 12. Weka and Oracle Cloud Infrastructure validate 10x throughput gains for long-context AI inference. Weka and Oracle Cloud Infrastructure benchmarked H100 production environments, reporting 10x concurrent users and 10x token throughput, serving 7x more tokens without adding GPUs by optimizing storage to memory data paths. The gains came from reducing storage bottlenecks so H100s could feed long prompts and larger batches without waiting on data movement. That lift directly lowers inference cost per token for enterprise deployments running retrieval-heavy and context-intensive workloads. The tenfold throughput is a nice benchmark headline, but the victory lap is really for GPU landlords. Same H100s, more build tokens, and a shinier storage path. That is the briefing for today.